very warm welcome. It is Sunday the 7th of August 22 and we are just about to start this live broadcast. In fact, I have an extra studio light I just turned off after the last one. Okay, why will that not go on? There. It's alright, my other half decided to turn that off after the last class. Let's just twist that round a little bit so that will light up that side of the space. There we go. Hi Joanne, nice to have you live. My goodness, I have missed you. I have missed you so much. Everything's in the video library. Log into the website, look back through all the last few Monday classes. Yeah, have a good look through on Wednesday. I'll be working from home all day Wednesday, so I'll be on the computer most of the day, in and out, maybe into the garden. So if you do get lost on anything, you can't find anything in the video library, just message me. Thank you, Joanne. That is perfect. So, purposes of today, just going to spend the next 40-45 minutes doing some improvers quick step. If you've never done quick step before, you've never done it at home, then you might get a little bit lost. This is going to be a little bit faster. Look over some of my videos for the beginners. We just did one about an hour ago. We did a 40-minute beginner's introduction. And in that class, I did a V-shaped basic to go across the living room, which is like our progressive chassis from the ballroom. And I did a lock step backwards and a lock step forwards. And we started the spin turn, but we did it without rotation. So let's move on to what the improvers have been doing. I'm going to assume that you can follow those things quite quickly. Little rule for this, I'm working on the curtains, all right? That width of the curtains, that is roughly what we're working on because we're at home in the living room. So we're taking all the elements from the ballroom and squeezing them into the living room, which means we're going to do things to the left and right, whereas in the ballroom we would just continuously go around anti-clockwise. I've got 2 songs from the YouTube audio library, which are quick step rhythm, and they should be fine, and YouTube shouldn't mute me afterwards. Sometimes if you use copyright music in these broadcasts, it will mute your video in the future once it's uploaded, and then it checks it, oh, it's fine whilst you're doing it live, but then afterwards it has a meltdown. So these should be absolutely fine. I'm going to put one on. We're going to dance through some basic steps that you guys as improvers should be able to follow. So let's see where we get to. Let's put that back at the beginning. 5, 6, 7, basic. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Back. Quick, quick, slow, slow. Lock steps back and forwards. Basic step. Lock step, back and forwards. V-shape basic. Now we're going to rotate them, going anti-clockwise or left. Going around the other way, clockwise or right. Quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Guys, you should be able to follow all of those steps. So, Joanne's on with me live. If Joanne has any questions, she will type it in that little box there, and hopefully those of you watching this in the future, they might just be questions which you would have asked anyway. Now, before we came on air, Joanne mentioned to me something about the keeping the head to the left and maintaining that whilst we're dancing. So that actually is not just me turning the head to the left. I'm going to go sideways on for you. It's all connected to the posture. So I'm going to stand here sideways on, and I'm going to engage my core and push the thighs very slightly forwards. Okay, I've got a slight bend in the knee. I then pull my tummy in, and I raise up into my shoulders. So if I'm standing up straight, it would look like I've gone and done this. All up, and then shoulders down. So it's like when you're told to stand up straight, you know, at school, if you've got very strict teachers, stand up straight, okay? So it's that, but then engaging for the dancing, pushing the thighs very slightly forwards and engaging this core. When we do this, we're actually going to do that in the ballroom a little bit further. So first things first, I need to engage that to the partner. Then I need to take my frame, so my shoulders. I'm going to take my position, and as I push those thighs forwards, you're going to find you're leaning back very slightly. So I'm not standing here trying to bend backwards and hurt my back. I'm pushing those knees forwards. There's that position. I engage the core, and then looking to the left is the final extension of that position, okay? So let me go sideways, let me go diagonal. So here I am, slight bend, thighs towards the partner, engage, stretch up, become taller. There we go, and relax the shoulders back and down, arms into partner position, and then we're looking to the left. Now, that is not easy to maintain as we're dancing, okay? We need strength and core stability. So we need strong muscles and we need core stability. So all of this has to be strong. Sit-ups and press-ups and all of those things help. So it's like doing a gym workout, okay? You don't just go into the gym and say, I'm going to lift the heaviest weight and I'm going to become like a complete muscle man today. Okay, it takes years and years and years and years of doing your workouts in the gym and gradually increasing the weights that you're doing. But we need to work out and we need to get those muscles strong. Which means once we do this and we have the position, that it doesn't feel too bad. Okay, it doesn't feel like it's stretching and hurting. So number one, we need to be supple enough to stretch to that position. And then second, we need to be strong enough to hold that position. And as Joanne's just put there in the comments, how do I keep my head to the left at all times without being distracted? Practice, Joanne. Absolutely, it's just practice. Okay? Number one thing I would say to people is actually listening to the music. If you get in the zone of listening to the music, you're so focused on your steps and getting it with the music that you almost aren't looking around the rest of the room. When I'm dancing, I'm not looking, oh, look at that person over there. I'm not making eye contact with anyone. Okay, so if there's a busy ballroom, I'm so focused on maintaining my position, breathing, and then the steps, and doing that with the music, that I'm actually totally not focusing my eyes on anyone, okay? So when my head has to be to the left, and don't forget when we go into a promenade position, it goes to the right. So you do have that moment of relief when you're asked to do a promenade figure in promenade, because you can then obviously take the head over. But I do need to not look at other people in the room. You look at other people, you get distracted, okay? So I'm constantly thinking about my music and my body position and my core. I'm also really focusing on my footwork. Am I getting my feet down? Am I maintaining those hips in the right place? Am I closing my feet neatly? Does it look pretty? Are they closing correctly? Am I just getting half a close? Are my feet turning in? So I'm so worried, or not worried, but I'm so focused on making sure that there's a neat presentation, making sure everything's connected, making sure the feet close, making sure that the length of my step is correct for the figure that I'm doing, that I get in a zone, okay? And once I'm in that zone, nothing will distract me whatsoever. Anything could happen around me and I probably wouldn't notice it, okay? I'm totally just body position, breathing, steps, music, down, getting a close. You know, I'm even thinking about that chassis. I say do a chassis and most people just go side, close, side. Well, it's not. You know, we've got to be going up, we've got to go with our partner, we're going onto the ball and we're connecting, making sure the feet touch nice and neatly, opening, lowering, bringing in, and that all needs to be neat and tidy. So the head to the left is just that extension of what is happening there, okay? So Joanne, do not look at anyone else, focus on the music, think about your steps, think about your footwork. Am I touching? Yes, good. Can I set my heel down when I need to? All right, so do not get distracted. Okay, let's look at a couple of steps. So in the ballroom, we could do back, side, close, side, lock step. And it's a nice move to practice in the living room, okay? Because I can do it on both feet equally and come back. So I'm going to do back, side, close, side, lock step, forwards. And I'm going to give you that footwork because there's a lot of toes going on, okay? The more that we're on the balls of the feet and the toes, the easier it is to wobble, okay? The lower down, the center of gravity is better. We're going to be more steady. But when we do multiple figures that require ball of the feet, we can wobble. So this is a great exercise. Down, ball, ball, ball. Normally that would be ball lower if we were going into the rest of the progressive basic, but it's not. I'm staying up there. And then ball, 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 lower. Okay? So this is this little tipple chassis, that little lock step ending, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, down. And I'm not going down, okay, in the center. I'm going to stay up on the feet. Slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, lower. And we're going to do it back the other way. Back, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Joanne's got a question there. Is there any way that I can break down the tipple chassis and the spin turn? Yep, let's do that for the next half an hour. Perfect. Okay, tipple chassis has a side close and a side. There's your chassis. So chassis action means to go side, close, side. We do that in lots of different dances. So let's look at that on its own. Back, side, close, side. Now, forwards lock step, there, okay? Now, let me do that on the other foot, okay? Now, we just did a back and a right chassis and a tipple forwards, okay? I'm now going to do a forwards and a tipple chassis on my left and a back lock step, okay? Because I want to show you both sides. So we're doing one forwards and one back, okay? Let us go here. Forwards on the right, side, close, side, back, lock, back. So that is different to when we normally do the normal lock step, which has the entry step going down. So think of the normal lock step. On a forwards position, down, up, 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 lower. Okay, so a normal forwards lock, heel, toe, 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 lower. When we're doing this lock step, we're already up from the chassis coming before. Okay, so I'm going to go here, all right, down for my heel, ball, 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 lower. Okay, so that's one forwards and one back. Let's do that one forwards on the right. Slow, quick, quick, slow, and a quick, quick, slow. Let's do it backwards from here on the left. So back on the left or forwards on the right is our two options. Back, side close, side, lock step here. Okay, and again, back on the left. Back, side close, side, lock step there. And depending on the space in the room when you do this with a partner, you'll get a sort of 90 degrees to maybe 120 degrees on the rotation. So in terms of where you are in the room, you probably get from here to here. Okay? Quite often the leader will be coming backwards down the line of dance, doing that chassé facing the center and doing the little lock step diagonally to center, okay? And the lady has her back towards the center. That's quite a common way to do it. Obviously there's multiple ways to do things. Now we are dancing on our own, which means that we have the artistic license to do one forwards and one back. Okay, so let us do that now. Let us do both. I'm going to go starting on my left. Back, side close, side, lock step here, and my exit step would normally be forwards. Okay? My right foot would then go forwards for the next step. However, I would run out of space if I did it there, so let's reset ourselves and do that here. So this is going actually now into followers. Forwards, side, close, side, lock, step, back. Okay? So a little bit confusing because of the sort of directions, but that is essentially the basic version of our typical chassis done on both leaders and followers. Now let's have a little look at the spin turn, because Joanne's just asked about the spin turn footwork. So I'm going to do it without the rotation first, so you can see it with the camera. Then I'm going to add the rotation in. It's always the rotation that confuses people. Now the actual steps for the lady, this is what happens. We teach a step on its own, and we say these are the slows and quicks, and it's got four steps in it, or whatever. And then we put it together with a move before and a move after. We call those the precedes and the follows. The preceding move, the one before, and the following move, the one after the figure that we're talking about. And the last step of the figure before becomes the first step of the figure that we're currently doing, and the last step of that current figure actually becomes the first step of the next figure, as opposed to where we're doing waltz. In waltz, we do the figure, it finishes, we move on, we do the next figure, it finishes, we move on. But in the quick step, the step from the previous figure rolls into the next figure, okay? So we actually end up losing a step, almost, because we learn it, oh, do that on its own, do that on its own, but when we join them together, there's a step goes missing. So, have a little look. This is the spin turn for the follower. Back, side, close. Now, instead of finishing my chassis, my progressive chassis down the ballroom, which is back, side, close, side, as a follower, that last step is a heel lead now into the spin turn. So that's the first thing we have to think about. Back, side, close, and instead of ball, heel, exit, I'm already going down into the heel because I'm going to get this spin turn. Now I'm going to do it without the rotation so that you can just see what's happening. There's a heel, there's a side step, there's a tap in, and a tap and an exit out. Okay, let's look at that on its own. Heel, side, brush, exit. Okay, now this is over slow counts. So we've got slow, slow, slow. And if you notice, the third slow has two actions for the feet. So we call it a slow because the man is only doing one action. So on the man or the leader, which I'll do in a minute, he only has three actions. 1, 2, and 3. That is a slow, slow, and slow. But the ladies have two actions on that third slow. But don't forget, in the ballroom, we always call for the leaders. So it's a little bit misleading for the ladies because you've got slow, slow, quick, quick. That's what's physically happening on your feet, but we're calling it for the man's timing. So we say slow, slow, slow. And the ladies are like, what? I have to do this? So that's why. Let's look at it again without the rotation. Slow, quick, quick, slow, slow, slow. Now, rotation. I'm going to start here. I'm going to imagine that I'm going to rotate, and I should get all the way around and looking at the back of the room. Forwards, side, brush in, brush out, and I'm looking at the back of the room, which is really hard to see when you're doing this on the video and you're doing this at home. But we should all be looking at the back of the room. We get about 180 degrees rotation. So if I'm diagonally facing this corner here, in a minute, I'm going to be diagonally facing that corner behind, all right? So let's look at that again. Back, side, close, forward, swing, brush in, brush out, okay? I'm actually going to do it with my back here, so you can see it this way. Back, side, close, forwards, swing, open. Okay, so I do that again. This time I started facing the back, my back corner over here. Back, side, close, forwards, swing, and open. Now your exit, ladies, or followers, is forwards. So your fourth slow is a forwards exit, normally, okay? So let's try it. Slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 slow. And then depending on what the guy decides to do. I would normally say a quick, quick, slow. There'll be the end of a chassis happening. Let's do that. And I'll show you the followers, the leader steps. Slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. And I'm going to do it from facing the back of the room. And slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. Now, followers, that was the follower steps. Let's look at the leaders' steps. Forwards on the right. This is the leaders. Forwards. Side, close. That's the first part of the chassis. The next step is the first part of the spin turn. Back. Toes are stuck up in the air and that foot stays where it is, but toes are in the air. Going to put the weight back onto it and swing around. Back exit, side, close, side. So again, we're looking at the back of the room now. This is a little bit tricky. In fact, go from this side. So this is the leaders. Slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 back, side, close, side. Let's look at that from this direction. So I'm going to face the back of the room so that when I turn around, I'll be facing the front. Okay, so I'm looking into my back corner. Right foot, side, close, rock, rock, swing, back, side, close, side. Whilst I'm doing that rock with the foot stuck in the air, the lady is doing her brush in, brush out, and she's falling around my foot. And that lead for that is pushing, pulling, and tipping, okay? So let's look at that step again, a little bit quicker, okay? So I'm just going to do the spin turn, a little bit quicker. Followers first, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. And then leaders on the right, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow. Okay? Now, I hope that's answered that part of the question, Joanne. Let's see if we can link a little pattern together that will help us practice just for now. So we are going to attempt to do our tipple chassis and a spin turn, and then we'll move on. So let's do tipple chassis. I'm going to do the back, side, close, side, tipple here. Okay? I'm then going to go and do it the other way. Back, side, close, side, tipple here. Alright? So we're solo dancing, it doesn't have to be perfect. Let me do that from here. I'm going to do forwards, side close, side and back. Okay? So as long as when you're practicing at home, you don't get too worried about what exactly is happening in the ballroom, because it's too difficult to manage all that at home unless you literally have a big room and a partner and you can say, right, we're going to do a whole lap and we're going to do the whole room. It doesn't work at home as easy, okay? So we just work on keeping our feet moving. Let's put a little pattern together. Back, side, close, side, tip, pull, here. I'm going to do a little living room progressive chassis back here. Back, side, close, side. Okay, I'm going to do a spin turn. This is going to be the leaders. Slow, quick, rock, 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 back, side, close, side. And then we'll do something else and we'll go into the followers. So I'm going back, side, close, side, tip, pull, here, back, side, close, side, forwards, side, close, spin, and spin, exit. Looking at the back of the room, it's more challenging. Remember, this is the improvers class. Try not to do the rotation you see in the beginners class. Okay, so let's go again, last time. And back, side, close, side, lock, step, here, back, side, close, side, forwards, side, close, side, spin, turn, and the back, side, close, side. And now let's look at it on followers. Okay, so let's look at followers. I'm going to do this tipple here. Slow. Quick, slow, and a quick, slow. I'm going to go into my spin turn. Back, side, close, spin, and exit. You'll be facing the back of the room slightly. Let's do that 2 or 3 more times. Okay, we're here. My back is actually into the centre, so if you want to think about this as per the ballroom, I'm going to use the outside wall. The man's brought me to here, forwards, side, close, side, back. Probably would get a running finish or something now, or something strange, okay? So, never mind, we'll just spin turn, back, side, close, forwards, side, brush in, brush out, and a forwards exit, okay? Now, as I've got maybe, as my only viewer lot, Japan, I'm going to go with just the ladies' footwork for now. Let's go from here. And slow, quick, slow, quick, slow, back, chassis, spin, forwards, exit. I'm now going to do another little tipple. Tipple on my left, tipple on my right. I'm going to do 2 chassis, or rotary chassis, meaning turning chassis. Okay, you might hear that term, rotary. Alright, so let's try that, and that will set us back to looking at the front. Let's start over here. And slow, quick, slow, quick, slow. Back, chassis, spin, forwards, exit. Chassis on the left, chassis on the right. And we're all the way back to the beginning of our space. Let's do that with the music, conscientious of time. This time of night, you know, and things like that, we don't want to do too many routines that are too long. All right, we want a little bit of something that we can get our brains into, but nothing too crazy. 5, 6, 7, and slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Slow, quick, slow. Slow, slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. And again. 6, 7, and slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Slow, quick, slow. Chassis rotary. And again. 5, 6, 7, and. And again. 5, 6, 7, and slow. Quick, slow. Quick, slow. Back, side, close, spin. 5, 6, 7, and. Last time. 5, 6, 7, and. Okay, so let's bring it back from the really serious stuff, and let's just put a little pattern together that we can practice just now, mainly facing the front, and this is going to be a little bit easier. So, V-shape basic, and going back. Lock step back on the diagonal, finish with a step back, and a forwards lock step, forwards. We're going to do this tipple, back, side, close, side, tipple here. We're going to do it the other way. Back, side, close, side, tipple there. I'm then going to do rotary chassis on the way back. Chassis on the left, chassis on the right. Okay, just 2 turning round. Let's do the whole of that all together. And back, side, close, side, forwards. Back, side, close, side, forwards. Lock step. Forwards lock step, tipple, and again, a rotary chassis, and pause, okay? Now I'm going to do once more, and then what we're actually going to do is we're going to do the spin turn footwork on the right foot and the left foot, because the spin turn footwork appears for the lady on the right foot as a spin turn, and on the man, on a telemark, okay? So the man actually does it on the left when we do a telemark. So it's a good practice for the spin turn, which Joanne very kindly asked about. The actual forwards, side, brush in, brush out is the lady step, and on the man, doing a telemark, same thing. So it's good practice. We'll do one after the other. Okay, let's just do the little routine first. So V-shape basic, slow, quick, quick, slow, 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 quick, quick, slow, lock step, back, step, cross, step, and back, forwards, step, cross, step, and forwards. First tipple, living room adjusted. Second tipple, a rotary chassis, and here, okay? I'm going to take one step back at the end of that rotary chassis, just to settle. Oh! Yes, CBMP. So, if you are, I tell you what, if you actually look on something, I think I've seen things like on Wikipedia, now they're in my website, glossary of dance terms. So every time we talk about something, we talk about the body in relation to our partner, in relation to our situation in the room, and where our leg is going, whether it's going in parallel or whether it's going across our body. Okay, so there's a lot of things to think about, and you hear all of these words. Now, if you have a quick look about dance terms, I think it's called, or dance vocabulary, you can find it easily on Wikipedia. And I planted a load of that in my website, just to give people a little helping hand, because you have to position yourself in relation to the room. Okay, so I'm standing here in this room. All right, here I am in the middle of my dance place. What have I got? I've got a wall, right? That's the outside wall. So if I was pretending this was a ballroom, come over here to this corner, and I'm looking at the outside wall, and as a leader, I would face myself diagonally down the line of dance. So the line of dance is down here. If I just walked this way, there's my line of dance. I'm going to go diagonally into the corner at the end of that line of dance, as opposed to diagonally centre. Diagonally centre, I would still be looking that way down the line of dance, but looking diagonally into the centre. So there's the position of the persons or the couple in relation to the room, and then whether your leg is going across your body, whether your leg is going forwards in parallel, and there's lots of little terms, so do look them up. They're really handy to know. Good. Oh, Joanne, you've been studying really hard. Okay, let's take it from here, the end of that. So we've done a V-shape basic there and back. We've done a lock step back and forwards, and then we did the little tipple there and back, and then we did the rotary chassis for 2. Now let's look at this, and then 1 step back to settle. Now let's look at this where we can practice the spin turn. Heel, side, brush in, brush out. Now you would normally get a bit more rotation, but for the purposes of this video, that will do. Forwards, side, brush in, brush out. Slow, slow and slow. Slow, slow and slow. Okay? I'll only actually do it once either side. I'll do it on the right foot and we'll do it on the left foot. Okay? And then we can regroup ourselves. So let's do it from the very beginning. Slow. Quick, quick, slow and slow. Slow. Quick, quick, slow and slow. Lock step. Settle. Lock step and settle. Tipple. Tipple the other way. Chassis, rotary chassis, left and right. 1 settlement step back. I had to think then where we're going. Spin turn. Right foot, left foot. Okay? Let's do it again. Let's do it again. 5, 6, 7, and slow. Quick, quick, slow and slow. Slow. Quick, quick, slow and slow. Lock step. Forwards. On the left. Oh no, tipple, 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 tipple. Do the tipple. Back. Back. Chassis on the left, chassis on the right, slow, pause. 2 spin turns. Slow, slow and slow, slow, slow and slow. Okay, and then I'm going to use my right foot, chassis on the right, chassis on the left, chassis on the right, and I'm going to do that over here towards my speaker, 3 of them to recover that space, and then we can start that routine all over again. Okay, let's do that once more, then we'll do it with the music, and then we're pretty much heading towards the end of our 45 minutes. Joanne, it's been great having you on tonight, which is lovely. Hopefully we might see you tomorrow morning, but if not, obviously on the videos. Right, let's do that again. Right, slow, quick, quick, slow and slow. Slow, quick, quick, slow and slow. Back lock step, forwards lock step, tipple that way, tipple back, chassis on the left, chassis on the right, back and pause. Spin, spin, chassis on the right, chassis on the left, chassis on the right. Let's do it with the music, okay? You don't need to just hear me barking it out. Five, 6, 7, and tipples. Rotary chassis. And 5, 6, 7, let's go. Lock step. Chassis rotating, settle, 5, 6, 7, and through chassis. Five, six, seven, again. Slow, and a quick, slow, and a quick, slow, quick, slow. Okay, let's hope that came out okay on the video. It's always harder, don't forget, to figure out what's going on in the room when you're doing this at home and you're not in a big room, big ballroom, a big dance studio where you can see what's going on. Joanne, if you have any final questions, do let me know. If not, I will hopefully see you either online tomorrow in the videos or on the Zoom, which is perfect. Guys, if you're looking in the description on here and you want to look in the YouTube description box underneath, I have linked to my playlist for my improvers Quickstep videos, and they're all based on little short routines that we teach at the end of our Monday Zoom class, and they are just fun things that you can do, and they start to include all the steps that you would find in the ballroom but squeezed into left and right for the living room. They're great practice, and like I said, don't get too sort of concerned over actually making it fit like it would in the ballroom. This is for fun, this is just in case you want to keep from getting bored at home, and a little bit of fitness. Now, don't forget, if you like it, hit the like button. If you feel like subscribing, do so. That tells YouTube that you like what I'm doing. And if you want to hear or see when I'm about to do a video or something gets uploaded or there's a live stream coming up, hit the notification bell. But guys, YouTube will notify you way too much of lots of things. I would say it's best just to do a little subscribe, and then you can always come in and check on your subscription channels which ones. I would also highly recommend Vaughan on Ballroom Mastery. He's putting out some great live broadcasts and some real technique breakdowns of the footwork and showing you with his lovely dance students how to put this together in the ballroom and with a partner, and he's doing it in a very small space. In fact, it looks maybe a little bit smaller than mine, but you know, so he's doing some great work there. So Ballroom Mastery TV, and look up Vaughan. Okay, guys, I'm going to say good night. It's only a little short class, and I will see you all at some point, hopefully in the future. Good night.